What I have for you today is bound to make one, if not many, teachers in your school cry in a good way. Today, I want to talk with you about a quick and deeply meaningful activity that you can do with your class tomorrow that will impact all of your coworkers and the students that are performing this act in a deeply meaningful way that they are not soon to forget. Let's go. As the holidays are approaching, but you can do this at any time during the year, it doesn't just have to be near the holidays. I've been really thinking about this idea of practicing gratitude with my own kids at home. When I think about this, it's really made me kind of sit with and think about how important having some sort of gratitude practice is when you are trying to be a well-balanced and healthy human being. Although many of our students haven't developed cognitively enough yet to really think beyond themselves. Many kids only think of themselves. So how do we get kids to stop just looking at themselves and looking out at the world and figuring out what a blessing they can be to other people? So there are two ways that we do this in our school. One is I have a number of these like little cards that I got at like the Target dollar spot or Amazon or somewhere. And I just bought a ton of them one year with the idea that each day something is going to happen in your life, something that you are thankful for, that you're grateful for. It could be a person, it could be an activity, it could be a teacher, it could be something someone said, something someone did, something you just noticed that it wasn't even you that was a part of it, but you saw someone drop their books or their lunch and somebody else helped them pick up. Maybe you were at a football game or a basketball game and someone gave their seat up on the bleachers. It could be anything, but it's helping students to start exercising the muscle of looking for the goodness that's in the world and things that they are grateful for or thankful for. And then on Fridays, after we do our weekly assessment, students had the opportunity to write on one of these cards. You don't have to do it. I don't want to force your gratitude, but you would write on there what you saw, what happened, and we would put them up either on the wall, or one year we did it on a window, one year we did it on a whiteboard. And in the beginning of the year, there are just a few of them. And as the year goes on, you can fill the whole board with these things that are just like small little moments that students have shared. And it's really great to look back on. So when you're having a difficult day, or when kids go, this year has sucked, this class is boring, this school's the worst, you have a board, a wall, a window, a focal point that says otherwise. This would even be a really great idea to do as a whole bulletin board in your hallway and have the entire school participate in this. But it has had an undeniable impact on my classes for many, many years. The next thing is a little different and it's faster, and man, this is the one that's gonna make people cry. This activity can be done with students of any age, on any grade level, and with any level of ability. You might just have to tweak it a little bit to kind of like make it fit your specific students. A friend of mine did this, showed me years ago, used to do it for teacher appreciation. This works just as well for that. But in going into the holidays, I think that it is a great practice to have students take a moment, think about the last several months that they've been in school since the beginning of the year till now, and think about what teacher or staff member in the school has done something that has made their time in this school building better than it would have been otherwise. A teacher that has had incredible lessons or is really, really taking the time to connect with their students. It could be the lunchroom worker that like hooks you up with a little bit of extra food at the end of the day because they know that you're still hungry. Maybe it's the security guard or the person on staff that just makes you feel safe every day. You see them outside, you see them greeting students and meeting them where they are. It causes students to do a couple of things. One, again, to think outside themselves. Two, it causes them to look beyond just teachers, which I feel like teachers get the most acclaim in a school, if we want to put it that way. But what about the maintenance crew? What about the team that cleans up the throw up with the sawdust stuff when kids puke in class? What about the groundskeepers? What about the person that fixes things around the school when they need fixing? It's really having kids think outside of where they would normally put their thanks to just think about who they are thankful for. My daughter had a crossing guard at her school the last couple of years. And when I tell you, this wait lady was a joy to even drive by every day. She was out there every single day. She was a mom, but just loved the kids, would talk to the kids. The kids knew who she was. She would wave to you in her car, even if it was snowing and raining out there and she was in her yellow rain slicker. Always had something nice to say on your way to school and on your way back from walking my daughter to school every day. It was just something that no other crossing guard I'd ever seen in my life was doing. And it was enough that I had to tell her at the end of the year, like, just so you know, like, you're incredible. The reason I kind of bring that up is I have to give them examples. I have to help them to start looking. I also have to mirror what it's going to look like what to say, how to say it, because students aren't used to this all the time. They might need some of the words, or how would I say this, or how do I put this? So it's giving kids a number of examples. You could even give kids sentence starters for this. And then they are writing them in their own handwriting. They can color them, they can decorate them, they can draw pictures on them. I mean, that is like, the sky's the limit when it comes to this. And then what happens is at the end of the period, I have students help me to divide them up. So we're making piles for each different worker in the school. This allows you to see who's getting thanks and who might be overthought, so that maybe in the next period you can ask a student, hey, do you get along with this person? Hey, has this person ever done anything for you? Could you maybe write them a really quick card, so that we're making sure that no one's feeling forgotten when we do an activity like this. And then at the end of the day, the very last period, and this is up to your school's discretion, but I am allowed to send students out of my classroom. I would pick like a handful of messengers. They would package those up, and then I would send them to different rooms in the school, and they would surprise the teachers with this. This works just as good if you put them in a teacher mailbox, but what I wanted was to surprise teachers with joy. I wanted a kid that you didn't see it coming, because they've been a pain in your neck all year maybe, because everybody knows it. Then they show up with this simple act of kindness. And doing that it changes teachers. It helps them to go into the holiday feeling better, or to come back from the holiday feeling better. It helps them to feel seen and cared for, and that thing that they do every day really, really matters. Like, I didn't know the kids even noticed that they did it. It is without a doubt one of my favorite things to do. School is so hard. Teaching is such a hard profession. It is just a wonderful gift to give to your coworkers, and it helps your students to learn to be more sympathetic, more empathetic, and more thoughtful of others. That's it this time, gang. Peace.